Most JJK characters get called frauds or bums. Some deserve this hate while others don't. But there is one character that isn't getting the hate they deserve, and it's none other than Nobara. I don't actually believe she's a fraud. To me, she's more like an industry plant. I genuinely believe Gege only put her in the series so he can recreate those iconic trios of two men and female in most popular shonen like Naruto. But the thing is, all three characters have to be useful to some extent. Nobara is just plain useless. Megumi might be a fraud, but he at least managed to defeat a special grade. While Nobara's best feat is literally killing Choso's brothers, with Yuji's help. Like Yuji would have probable had an easier time defeating them alone. But really, it's been a long time since Nobara last appeared in the show. Let's actually take a look at all her feats and judge accordingly. So the first time we see here, fight is in episode 3 where Gojo forces her and Yuji to go into an abandoned building with curses so he can test how strong they are. The both of them split up, and guess what? Nobara encounters a curse and immediately folds. She then gets saved by Yuji, who gets the curse down to 1 HP, and Nobara just steals his kill. Well, that's only one fight. Everyone's lost at some point. Let's take a look at the next fight, where the trio pulls up to an abandoned prison, and Nobara falls in a trap where she's put in a room with multiple curses. But those curses are all weak. Any half-decent sorcerer would be able to take them out, but not Nobara. She almost dies to those curses and has to be saved by Megumi, the fraud. That's more embarrassing than dying. Well, she's 0 for 2 now, but maybe she does better in her next fight. And no, she gets put in a chokehold by Mai. Yes, that Mai. The one who has the cursed energy to create a single bullet. That's her limit. But forgetting all of this, in her next 2 fights, she performs quite decently, until we get to Shibuya, where we all know what happened. But the funny thing to me is that, in Season 3, when they share the news of her death to the rest of the gang, they all look sad for 1 second and immediately forget about her. Like what? Even your best friends don't care about you. Well, at least she's gotta have a pretty good backstory. And no, she probably has the most boring backstory in the series. I high-key fell asleep when they was explaining that shit, and same thing with her technique. Well, at least she has one saving grace in manga spoilers. BTW, she managed to deal damage to Sukuna. Yae Nobara is no longer a fraud. Yae and she went back to being useless, since well, during Modulo, she had a chance to help the pedophile grandkids to find Yuji. Well, guess what? That bitch didn't know where her HB was. She might genuinely be the biggest fraud in JJK, but no one bats an eye cause she's so forgotten. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Subscribe if you want, and see you in the next one, inshallah.